Assistant Minister for Social Services and Prevention of Family Violence.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker, and I'm very pleased to be speaking on this matter of public importance. And I know this is an issue that Member for Wentworth is very committed to, and I note her commitment in the speech that she just gave. It is also an issue that, for those of us on this side of the House, we are incredibly passionate about and drives many of the policies that we put in place. And we do that because we know that renewable energy is the cheapest form of energy, and that's why we're investing in nation-building initiatives like the Rewiring the Nation and the Capacity Investment Scheme to future-proof our grid. And this is on top of the whole suite of measures that we have right across the board, from that massive investment to assisting households also to be able to take up the many benefits of renewable energy, particularly in terms of reducing their power prices. And we're doing that because we are a government that is committed to transitioning to renewable energy. And we are, of course, at that time also providing important cost of living relief for Australian families, because we do understand how difficult it is at the moment, particularly with power bills. And we do have our energy relief plan, which is very targeted. And of course, part of our suite of measures which we have brought in means supporting households and small businesses and community facilities to utilise renewable energy by providing incentives for them, which of course lessens their power bills. All of these initiatives working together are so incredibly important. And as I say, our cost of living measures that we've introduced are vitally important at this current time. Now, as I say, we have a very strong commitment to doing all of these measures, and particularly when we look at that in opposition to the Liberals and Nationals, it's quite a very big difference. We saw an absolute decade of inaction when they were in government, and indeed all we've seen them do now is vote to make power bills higher for families and refuse to support action that will actually assist them. And that's why our action in the government has been vitally important in terms of investing in longer-term plans to get cleaner, cheaper energy to all Australians. And we do that because we believe in the absolute potential of renewable energy. We know it's so important. This is also an issue that the country voted for. They wanted to see action on climate change. They wanted to see more initiatives across the board to deliver more effective renewable energy. And also, can I add, in regions like mine, it's so important to have it in terms of the great economic potential and jobs growth as well. And this is an issue that we feel incredibly passionate about. I'm very proud of all the action we've taken, that we've legislated Australia's target of 43% reduction in emissions by 2030, along with net zero by 2050, supercharging the offshore wind industry and delivering that $20 billion Rewiring the Nation investment to decarbonise our grid and to take us to 82% renewables by 2030, a whole range of measures we put in place. And we've also had so much other action as well in our recent budget. The $1 billion to the Clean Energy Finance Corporation to turbocharge financing options for household energy upgrades, to upgrade homes with battery-ready solar PV, modern appliances and other improvements. And this will help more than 100,000 households lower their energy bills. $300 million to support upgrades to social housing and $310 million for the small business energy incentive as well, that supports more efficient use of energy. And of course, the $100 million for the Community Energy Upgrades Fund to co-fund upgrades with local councils so they can be more energy efficient for all those wonderful services that our local councils run. There's been an incredibly positive response from all of our councils in relation to this particular initiative. So this whole suite of measures, it's about giving Australians a choice to take actions that will suit their homes and their businesses too, to reduce their energy bills. And of course, this is on top of our other initiatives like our rollout of community batteries, and of course also helping Australians buy cheaper, cleaner electric vehicles, a whole range of measures that we brought in. Now, as I said before, Deputy Speaker, we've done this since we've been in government, particularly because we know how important it is. We've had a decade of inaction. A government previously, under the Liberals and Nationals, that failed to take action when it came to investing in renewables and failed to take action when it came to addressing climate change. And when we look at their record, of course, we saw 20 failed energy policies when they were in government. It seemed every other week they were rolling out another policy and that failed and there was nothing in it. They voted down every initiative we've put forward to make sure there's energy relief. But, Deputy Speaker, there has been one policy they have brought up whilst they've been in opposition. Yet again, nuclear. That's all we hear from them. Nuclear, yes, yet again. And here we go. It's their only approach to any energy relief is nuclear. And, Deputy Speaker, can I tell you that in my community and in many communities, people are completely opposed to nuclear. They've said that many times. And they're opposed to it for many reasons. One is that we know that it is far too dangerous and far too expensive. Yet they constantly keep rolling this out. No other plans, no other initiatives after that decade of inaction. And there are many reasons why that nuclear power is bad for our country, particularly the cost. I mean, the fact is even a small modular reactor would cost a massive $5 billion each to build. Well, they'd need at least 80 of those around Australia, so it's incredibly expensive. So I'd really like to know where the Liberal and National parties plan to have all these nuclear reactors. We know that they need to have them near water, so for communities like mine, it's one of the reasons why they're very much opposed to it. But this essentially is the only policy that we've ever heard from the Liberals and Nationals of late, and they have, often rejected all of the really proactive policies that we've put forward. But I can tell you the community is opposed to it, yet they keep just, rolling out this same old idea of nuclear, which we know isn't effective. And what really is so disappointing is that wasted decade of inaction. They could have been investing in the cheapest form of energy in renewables. They could have been doing that entire time. Imagine how much further along we would be if we'd had that decade of investment. But they didn't do that. It's taken a Labor government to do that, and we are very proud of all the actions that we've taken. And so many communities have suffered over many years, particularly the rural and regional communities that really only now have that opportunity to unlock that economic potential and jobs growth as well in terms of that investment. But, Deputy Speaker, as I say, action on climate change is something we are absolutely committed to. We've made that commitment for many, many years, taken it to many elections, and we are following through, and we're very proud we're following through on this very comprehensive set of measures in terms of our investments there, from households to councils to providing a huge investment in terms of supercharging our renewable capacity, as well as providing at the moment that important relief for those people that are struggling with their power bills. And as I say, we are delivering on that commitment because we're really focused on transforming Australia's economy to a low-carbon economy. But we know that it takes a massive investment to be able to do that, and that is something that we are doing. And we really need to make sure that our country is positioned to become a renewable energy superpower. And you can see in our budget all of those commitments that we did make to save Australians money on their energy bills and to invest in nation-building new industries. And we need to be making sure that all of those communities and households are getting all the assistance that they can. And I mentioned some of those programs before that will absolutely assist both households, small businesses and many in our community through our local councils get those really important energy upgrades. And it's at that level it's so vitally important that we have that ongoing investment. And there's been a really positive response to our plans in terms of what we've announced. Many small businesses have spoken to me about it, many households as well, and indeed, as I said before, many councils are really pleased that we are doing that at that real grassroots level to assist people. But you need to provide the incentives for people to do that. You have to have the commitment and provide the incentives, and we have been doing that in our budget and doing that very proudly. So there's a lot of opportunities moving forward, and I say a lot of people are very positive about that. And of course, as I say, in addition to those targeted household rebates, which are so vitally important, providing the energy bill relief, our recent budget is funding a whole range of plans to ensure that those households and communities can take advantage of the savings from smarter energy use. And it's all part of ensuring that the nation is absolutely ready and prepared to capitalise on this global boom in clean energy investment. As I say, Deputy Speaker, as a government, we're incredibly proud of that, and I know there are many that share our commitment to this as well. And we will obviously keep working together to that aim in terms of ensuring that we can totally embrace all the renewable energy opportunities right throughout our nation into the future. It's important for our economic future. It's important in terms of addressing climate change, very important in terms of addressing our power bills as well, a whole range of initiatives. And can I say it is one that those of us in the Albanese Labor Government are incredibly proud of all the action we are taking to date.
Thank you. Give the